Hey guys, so as requested by Mitch Lane, I will be doing an average of 12, well not really an average, but 12 walkthrough solves on Square-1. So I will have the scrambles in the description so you can follow along. So this first scramble, alright. So for this one, I would use a Scallop Kite. So I see this L shape as well as this a connected section of edges. So I want to turn this line of edges into this shape so I can combine them and make a kite. So what I would do is bring this scallop here and join it with this line, and then as you can see I have an L shape over here as well as a scallop here. So then I would join this L shape with this L shape and I have Scallop Kite. And then for corner orientation, edge orientation, I would do this. And then I noticed this adjacent corners, and then these in the back. So then, and then I noticed this block, so I wouldn't misalign either of these. And then maybe I'll notice this block over here. So sometimes I'll do this, and sometimes I won't. It depends on how fast I'm going. So if I do this, I notice from here I have a UU, so I would just do the algorithm for that. It's pretty easy. Alright, this one I would take this section of edges as well as this one and then do a scallop, since that's pretty easy. So this one I could just do a slash and then I already have a scallop. And then corner orientation, edge orientation. And then I notice I have this adjacent and then this adjacent. And then for the blocks, I have this block over here and then this block over here. And then just by looking at this, I can tell the bottom's going to be solved and then the top will have some sort of parity. Looks like adjacent back here. So then I would do the corner permutation algorithm and then go directly into parity for that. Next one. Alright, this one's pretty easy for a Scallop Kite. You can just notice that you have a scallop here, and if you combine this section of edges with this line, you would get a kite. So there's cube shape, and then corner orientation, and then this case, and then I would notice these, I need a diagonal swap down here, and then I have this adjacent here. And then I also have this block over here, so I'll try and preserve it. And then this is a really weird case. I would notice I have parity up here, but then down here, it's pretty difficult for me to tell if there's parity, so I don't use parity CP. And then I have a Z-perm, and then opposite swap, which I know the algorithm for. I would usually not notice I have parity there. It's just that I was going pretty slowly. So this one I would probably do use the Scallop Kite method. So I notice if I bring this section of two edges down to this three connected section of edges, I can get a line shape down here, a scallop here, and then this two section of edges combined with this line will give me a kite. Corner orientation, in this case again, and then I have these two adjacently done. And then I have W U-perm. It's pretty nasty. Alright, this one I would also use Scallop Kite. So then if I break off this scallop here, if I divide it in two and then use it on this pawn, then I can get a line and then this section of two. So I can combine those two to make a kite. And then the 3-3. And then I notice I have this adjacent, and then I have just a pure diagonal swap, and then also I have this block down here, so I would misalign it by -1 to preserve that, and then it just turns out to be opposite adjacent. And then to swap the middle layer with it, I would do /6/6 to cancel with the algorithm. Next one. Alright, barrel scallop. Trying to figure out which angle to do it at. So I always get stumped up with scallop barrel or barrel scallop. It's really hard. I usually turn it into a shield and then do it from there. So for this one I would turn it like this, and then I would line up the barrel vertically like this, and then the scallop like this. And then to tell how to do the shield, I would try and determine how it goes in the barrel. So I can tell if I do a slash and then a 4 on the top, I think I could get a barrel. Yeah. I just trace these sections of 2 to get barrel. Okay, corner orientation. And then solved on the bottom, and then the top is pretty nasty parity. And then I have adjacent U-perm. Alright, this is similar fist. The way I can tell is really I just trace it to see if I can get into kite. That's how I tell if it's similar fist or not. So I would try and get into kite with this line and then this adjacent. I mean these this 2 section of edges, and then if I do that I can get this L together. So corner, edges, and then I have it adjacent with this block, and then I have adjacent U-perm. Okay, so for this one I would use Scallop Kite because I have this L shape here as well as this L shape here, and I know if I combine those two I can get a kite on the bottom and scallop on the top. And then corner orientation, and in this case again. And then right now I can tell I have an end perm on the bottom and then nasty parity end perm on the top. So I don't know parity CP, but I would just notice that. I would probably guess I would have an adjacent parity up here, and I'm right. So I would do that. and then I would cancel the adjacent parity into the middle layer swap. I don't know why I was scrambling about the camera before. Alright, so this one, I can turn this L into a line and then solve it with Scallop Kite because I have a scallop up here. So I would turn the bottom that way, like that, and then I would turn this L into a line. And line up Scallop Kite. Corners, edges, and then adjacent, and I have this block here, and then I have parity, which is a U-perm adjacent, and then cancel with the middle layer. Ooh, Scallop Kite. So there's not much that needs to be said here. So let's just do that. Corners, 3, 3, and then adjacent, and then I would misalign this block here. And then from here I can tell this is not an adjacent and this is soft, so this is a U-perm down here. But this is the bad U, so it's not the quick one. I actually don't know the algorithm for this, so I would just do an adjacent swap, and then an opposite. Alright, 2 more solves. Alright, so this one I would turn into scallop. So the way I would do that is I notice I can break this muffin down into this line and then this 2 section of edges. And I know there's 2 ways this muffin pawn can be oriented. It can be oriented like this, which gives me, I would have to move this here to make a scallop. Or I can do a 6, 1, and then this orients the pawn the other way. So then I can just do a /(-1/ to get the scallop down there. So one more time. If I line up this line with that, I can get this 2 section, and I could just do this with fewer moves. Corner orientation, and then at this point I would probably guess, since this is almost complete, I would try and skip EO, which is pretty fortunate for me. And then I have this full bar and then this full bar. I can tell the top is solved, but then the bottom's going to give me a parity. So I have parity down here and then adjacent on the bottom. Ooh, I do not like this case. This is Kite Muffin. Let's see. So the way I would do Kite Muffin is optimally it's 3 moves to scallop. So I would usually take the line from the muffin, combine it with the line from the kite, and then I'll have a shield barrel here, and then I just trace the way the barrel goes to see how to get into scallop. So I know if I do this, I can bring this shield like this, and then if I misalign the barrel like this, I can get a scallop and then a 2 section, 2 of them actually, so I can combine them into a scallop. Corners, I'll have this adjacent and then diagonal swap, and then there's nothing special, it's a V-perm, and then this is a U-perm, W-perm, so I would do hit him for that. Alright. That is 12 walkthrough solves. So if you have any questions or comments, or if you have any other videos you'd like to see, just comment below and make sure to subscribe for future cubing videos. Thanks for watching.